Oxycontin came to our notice, probably 18 months to 24 months ago. And we began to see every week or sometimes every day, people were coming in, and we found out that they were abusing the drug Oxycontin. And it was not a drug that we had been familiar with. And when I called the local pharmacist about this drug, he told us it was a relatively new drug, that the company had assured that it was going to be one that would be less abusive than other opiates, and it was a drug that was supposed to be used for people with moderate to severe pain, particularly terminal cancer patients. Would be a drug of last resort when no other drugs did work for them. But we soon found out that it was a drug that became available very quickly, and people who abused it found right away, because it was a 12-hour release drug. And when people either chewed it or snorted it or injected it, they were getting in 1 second what they should be getting in 12 hours. So it was a highly powerful drug.
I've used drugs since I was 13. And when they made them, I started doing them. As soon as my child was born, I was sober when I was pregnant. But after that, I started running them.
I first started doing Oxycontins probably about a year, maybe a year and a half ago. I was living with the man that got prescriptions for them. And I've always done pain pills, hydrocodone. And he brought home the Oxycontins, and I tried them. First, I didn't like them. And then I get down to where I didn't have nothing but the Oxycontin to do, and I go ahead and do them, and then I got to where I liked them. Liked them too good.
My mom, dad, well, my mom passed away when I was 13. My dad passed away when I was 17. So, after my mom passed away, that's when I hit the hard drugs.
I first come in contact with the drug Oxycontin through a doctor. I was prescribed to it for back pain.
My back's got a broke bone in it. That's why they started prescribing them. And she had me on 6 a day, 2 10s, 2 20s, 2 40s. And by the time it was over, I was doing 20 40s a day. And I was shooting them.
For the past 2 years, I've shot Oxycontins. I've sold everything I own, my home, my car, all my jewelry. 3 weeks ago, I lost my child because of Oxycontins. And the same day, I found out I had hepatitis because of Oxycontins. Tomorrow, I'll know if I have AIDS because of Oxycontin.
When I first started using, my best friend got me into it. He had been doing them for a little while, and he just told me it was supposed to be a really cool buzz.
Because there's so many people around here abusing it, they wouldn't give me nothing more than a lower tab. So I started buying them off the street and abusing them. He's my cousin. We got up and we was living together, taking our mining training, and we was abusing him real bad. And he had a fatal car wreck. Person with him got killed, his girlfriend, and he got hurt real bad. His metal plates all up and down his shins, 3rd-degree burns, and now he has to have them.
Which God's the only reason why I've made it through it, but my family was there for my children. I have 2 children. And for the last 10 years, I've just, I've seen them, I see them every day, but I haven't taken care of them. I haven't provided their school clothes. I haven't sent them to school. They've stayed with me for periods of time, but I haven't taken, I know my family was going to be there to do it, in other words. And that's the part that I regret the most. Because the material things, you can always work and get back. But, my children's childhood years, I can't get them back.
I used to have one of the greatest relationships in the world with my family. As far as my mom and dad and my brothers, they have completely disowned me now. They do not associate with me in any way, shape, or form. So I've lost everything from it.
It took everything away from me in ways of everything I owned, because I would sell things, my jewelry, stuff like that, to get them with, because I was so addicted to them, and because of the hurt. The only reason that I would keep on doing them is because of the pain, the terrible, terrible pain that you have when you don't have them. It's the most excruciating pain I have ever had, and I have had children. I've had 2 major surgeries, and they hurt me worse than anything, any kind of pain I've ever been through when I ain't got one.
Your bones hurt just like you had the flu, like your bones ate. And it took me probably about 2 months to get my appetite back. And now I've gained weight excessively, but it takes your system a while to get used to back to sleeping regular and eating regular and living life normal. The pain's the worst of it.
Your legs tie up in knots, your back feels like it's breaking in two, you ache all over. It's worse than a flu. It's worse than a very bad flu. It's a pain, it's an excruciating pain that I have never in my life went through, and I have been through a lot of pain. I've had broken collarbones, I have had a lot of pain, and this is worse than any of that.
The craving is bad, and can't sleep at night, got the shakes. I mean, can't sit still, your whole body aches, your legs ache. I mean, it's unreal. I mean, feel like you run a marathon.
I would cry and scream because my legs would hurt. I couldn't do anything with them, sweat. And I had a sweet smell, like I was dying. It was like I could smell it was sweet, and it stuck to me. And the beds, I would wake up, I'd be soaked, sweat freezing, and the beds would be soaked, the pillows. And I would beg for a pill. And to be honest with you, my parents would feel so sorry for me, they'd find me something.
And there have been very serious incidents of violence in homes. And particularly when they're withdrawing or can't get their drug, we see some very severe problems within the home.
To get away from the beatings my husband was given, I was tired of being sick all the time, the sweats, the joints hurting, the legs, and I would kick holes in the walls if I couldn't get a pill.
I believe if you take it right, the people that needs it and you take it right, I believe, they wouldn't have no problem with it. But the people that really needs it, because there's a lot of people out there that really needs it.
There's a lot of people that need them. I need them, but I have abused them because they wouldn't give them to me around here. He needs them, and now, you can look at his leg. He's got metal plates on his body, and some people really do need them. They got Oxycontin, they got Dilaudid, K4, K2, they got Demerol, which is all runnable, just like Oxycontin. And if they take Oxycontin off the market, junkies are going to do their dope, heroin will flood this place. It's the same thing as an opiate.
Even if this drug were to leave tomorrow, and we never saw this drug again, we are left with hundreds and hundreds of opiate addicts. And all of these people are going to need treatment, or our greatest fear is that the next illegal drug then, that will take over this so-called legal drug, because it's a prescription drug, will be heroin.
When you're shooting dope in your veins, you never think for a minute it's going to happen to you. You don't care. And then one day you start hearing rumors, and especially in small towns, and you go to the doctor's office, and they tell you, well, you put a needle in your arm, you got high, and now you're going to die. If Oxycontin had never been made, then I wouldn't be dying today.
Any person that is on Oxycontin, please get help. And any person that has not ever touched them, please, please do not ever, ever touch them.
Just don't never try it. It's a powerful drug and you can't play with it.
Stay away from it. Never try it. I wish I never tried the first one. I mean, that's all it took that first time.
I'd stay the hell away from them. I mean, it's a good buzz, I'm not gonna lie. And it feels good, but after a while, the good feeling goes away and the craving takes over.
Don't do it, because it'll cost you your life.
She's an